All right, we've taken the provided Google My Maps and exported their KML, KMZ files, imported and synced the data on ArcGIS, then applied Retisha's custom map preset. We're finally ready to customize the map. So I've created a mapping CC library, and for the primary case of having anything I could ever want ready. And this is what the team here over at Houston has been utilizing for our JLL branded material. And then from there, it's easy to customize and change, but it serves as a good base for anything and everything that we do. The map right here shows every Kroger in the Houston area, and let's say our producer wants every single one labeled with its logo, which I've placed here on the side. Now I know I'm gonna want an Azure logo label, and you know what, in this case I'm gonna want, I already have the squares in, I'm gonna hold down Command and select the arrow pointer. Now again, if I just drag and drop these into my artboard, they're going to be placed in as just images, linked graphic styles, nothing editable, nothing brought in that I could utilize. In order to change, you have to be able, or you have to make sure that you hold down Option as you're dragging these elements in. As you could see, it brought in the 2 new graphic styles, and if there's any character or paragraph styles associated with the import as well, they will also be found in the character and paragraph. From right here, we could get to making our label. So selecting our logo, we're gonna apply the Azure logo and make our pointer. Now, a way we could quickly implement the logo is to select the symbol, press edit symbol, and paste our new logo in. From there, we could delete the old and press escape. Now, since it's a symbol, you could globally edit it to display anything you want, which is what we've done with the logo marker. As you could see, many of them overlap. In order to fix that, you just click on the one that you want to adjust, break the link, and from there, they're entirely editable and adjustable. So then you could go into the ones that overlap and adjust accordingly. But kind of same theology. Let's apply, like say the markers, they're not just Kroger, they're different grocers that they want plotted. So then we could still just leave the marker, and from there go into our logo library, bring in a new player to the game, and same exact thing, make sure you're holding down Option. Since our logo library is vectorized, these are fully editable if you press Option while importing them. And that goes for any other library that you have. Now we could apply any color or any style as if it were a regular vectorized graphic. So from right there, since the arrows are already ready for you, you could go in and you could place your logos. You could easily, same thing, turn them and place your logo. But that is how to quickly replace the symbol with logos. You could also edit the symbol and with something as simple as changing the color. Say the dots represent just restaurants in Houston. So you would go to your library and easily edit the markers here. Same thing, press escape, and they're all done. Now the drawback to this is that there's no kind of identifier for what this is. Like you know that this represents restaurants, and you can go and change the symbol each time if you decide to change your mind, but fail-safe way, the way I like to keep organized, is by clicking it and you select every symbol instance. Go ahead and break the link. And for the sake of the tutorial, I'm gonna change the look of it once again. Right? I'm gonna make a new graphic style and call it restaurant marker. Now I know for sure that the red is the restaurant marker, and anytime I want to adjust the coloring, say, good golly, that red is atrocious, we can just adjust one, redefine the style, and it's still identified as restaurant marker. So I could easily keep track of what I'm changing and the impact it has. Now, if you don't like CC libraries, I think this is a great start for any JLL branded item, but say like you find yourself only using certain items, you could go ahead and import what you do want and export it as your own graphic style library that you could save. Let's say you could save and say I am opening a new map, so there would be nothing graphic styles. Now if you want to import that very specific style set, you could just click it and boom, it's populated. But we use the CC library just because it has anything you could ever want, and I like the customization aspect of it. So I could go through and be like, I want midnight, I might also want azure, definitely gonna want the space text, and go ahead and bring in certain, like go in and pick and choose the elements that I want for that map and import them and have them ready, as opposed to getting one that's predefined. But there's no right or wrong way. I highly recommend you try both out, see what sticks. You can also export the library as a whole and then re-import it into your own libraries and edit. Whenever we share the link to this library, you're not going to be able to add or remove any of the elements. Now there are a lot that will not be pertaining towards your office. For example, the shields. Every market is going to have something different, right? So I highly recommend you making a copy of the library and then adjusting it for your own office.